email wasn't a stranger at all. The leaked communications and the bombshell recording. Were they planning to expose both guys together? Years of friendships, affection, and devotion were coming to an end, but Scrappy himself said nothing, which only served to confirm rumors that he was guilty. However, according to insiders, Scrappy was really formulating his own answer, one that would completely change the course of events since, if the rumors were accurate, Scrappy was, they may alter our whole perspective. We were aware of Bambi, the altercation, and the alleged new female. He was going to spill his own receipt sand. For days, the internet had dragged Scrappy through the dirt, portraying him as the villain who left his wife for someone else. But just when everyone believed, the story couldn't possibly get much messier. The unexpected twist came tumbling down like dynamite. However, insiders abruptly revealed something that turned the tide this time, just as the focus was about to return to Bambi, a well-known blogger from Atlanta. Sent out a mysterious tweet that said, "Be careful who you defend. Bam isn't as innocent as you all believe. Receipts falling tonight, and within hours, screenshots that weren't just haphazard fan tweaks started making the rounds on Instagram and Twitter. Bambi reportedly told a mystery contact in one of the leaked DMs, which seemed to be authentic private discussions between Bambi and another male. You already know where my heart is. He's too busy playing family man with everyone else except me. Say the word and I'll pull up, the contact reportedly said. I got you, you know. The inference is that Bambi was more than simply the wounded spouse. It is possible that she has already been emotionally checked out, getting married and keeping someone else amused behind Scrappy's back. Wait, so Bam was cheating too? Fans exclaimed. This whole storyline is backwards, one widely shared remark said. If this is true, she's just as messy as Scrappy. Another admirer remarked, but I defended her like crazy. The public's perception started to quickly change. The true surprise came when Scrappy himself finally spoke out, going live on Instagram and clearly. As he talked, he paced his living room in anger, saying, Man, do you guys really believe you know everything? Everyone is eager to drag me. You may call me filthy. You may call me a cheater. However, what about Bam? But what about her actions behind my back? Man, do you think I don't have any proof? Please. I've remained silent out of deference. I'm not lost. As she plays the victim, let the internet continue to criticize me. Act like the victim. Although he didn't display the receipts live, it was obvious from his speech that he was holding on to something significant. Something that may turn the story around to his advantage. Fans started guessing right away. What did Scrappy conceal? Could he really demonstrate that Bambi wasn't the faithful companion everyone thought she was? The source who had hinted at previous disclosures then revealed yet another shocking information. Supposedly, it wasn't just any Atlanta guy who was the subject of Bambi's leaked DMs, was a rapper. The assertion caused a stir across social media. Who may it be? In a matter of minutes, admirers were sifting through her likes, followers, and names, and previous exchanges to uncover hints. To exacerbate the situation, a second video appeared that purportedly showed Bambi standing too near to this claimed rapper at what seemed to be a private party. However, fans claimed to identify him despite the grainy, fuzzy image. And putting it together was a cinch for the gossip columns. Scrappy's movement was no longer the only plot point. In order to maintain appearances for the cameras, Scrappy and Bambi were accused of playing games behind each other's backs. Additionally, it was like seeing the plot of the century play out in real time for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta watchers. The revelation caused division among the actors in addition to shocking the public. There were rumors that Rashida, who had just days before consoled Bambi, abruptly withdrew after learning the leaks. According to one source, Rashida said to pals, I'm just trying to stay out of it. I don't know what to believe anymore. Yandi reportedly reminded Bambi that the internet might fabricate tales in a supportive message. However, after examining the purported invoices, sources muttered that even Yandi had reservations. Then the worst part arrived. The same female with whom Bambi had a fight at the club, Scrappy's new girlfriend, began making serious disparaging remarks on the internet. Funny how tables turn. he said after reposting one of the gossip blogs with the remark, "Ain't so innocent now, huh?" The followers were consuming it. The plot abruptly changed from hapless Bambi fighting the wicked Scrappy to Bambi and Scrappy being dirty, poisonous, and caught up in their own falsehoods. The twist, however, didn't end there. One more piece of the jigsaw that may permanently damage both of their reputations was alluded to by the blogger who had been leaking information. A purportedly recorded club security footage from the altercation that had not yet been made public. The blogger claimed that the video revealed more than just a brawlet, said to have shown a startling exchange between Scrappy's new girlfriend and Bambi prior to fists being flung. Something that could account for the rapid escalation of the altercation. Fans went crazy when this unpublished video was even mentioned. What may it reveal? Was Bambi the first to attack? Was she provoked by the new girl? Or may a more sinister secret be concealed in plain view? The unresolved questions simply served to stoke the flames for the time being. The story was totally turned upside down by the leaked dim Scrappy's live and the rumors of Bambi's potential Sid affair. The narrative that began with Bambi being pulled from a club had turned into a perverse tale of secrets, treachery, and double lives on both sides. What's even more crazy is that sources said the next releases will fundamentally change the picture. Because, in their opinion, the finished footage was more than simply evidence of what had occurred. It was about to reveal something that neither Scrappy nor Bambi ever wanted the world to witness that night. The internet erupted rather than just reacting. Once the claimed DMS and Scrappy's angry live entered the picture, the fight clips, which had already...
You told me everything, Hold on.
When Bambi was supposedly hauled out of a bar after getting into a violent altercation with Scrappy's purported new girlfriend, Atlanta nightlife descended into complete turmoil. According to reports, the frightening incident took place in front of a crowded throng with phones documenting every crazy moment. According to witnesses, the argument began with angry remarks, but soon turned into a full-on fight, requiring security to step in and physically eject Bambi from the premises. Social media is already in use. Flames, with fans picking sides, insiders whispering that this was only the start of a much larger controversy, and videos of the brawl spreading more quickly than wildfire. What happened that night isn't the only question at hand. It is unclear whether this violent altercation marks the formal end of Bambi and Scrappy's chances of getting back together. Atlanta's Club Cena mix was meant to be just another glamorous evening of champagne cameras and the crazy vibe that only Atlanta hip-hop and love stars can provide. By the end of the evening, however, Bambi was more than simply a partygoer having a good time. Rather, after a vicious altercation with Scrappy's supposed new girlfriend, in which she was actually carried out of the club by security in front of hundreds of yelling onlookers, she made headlines and became the focus of a startling viral controversy. Secondly, you must go back in time and examine the months that preceded this astounding event in order to comprehend how things got so out of hand. The relationship between Scrappy and Bambi has long been on life support. It seems like Bambi was